You're listening to the Youth Critic Podcast on KHZ Network. Find us on Facebook at DecibelUNG Radio and find us on Twitter at DecibelUNG.
FBI, show me your hand!
If you like this episode, please leave a like and comment on our iTunes page at KHZ Network. And now for the podcast.
I'm just a little nervous.
Wow, you look very handsome.
I just don't want to screw it up, you know?
You have been preparing for this meeting for 6 months. You've got this.
Let me ask you guys a question. Daddy loves who?
Me.
Daddy loves who?
Me!
Exactly. Daddy's gonna go make that bacon.
Gross.
Mr. Sawyer, is your family enjoying their stay?
Very much so. They're shocked you gave us the entire floor.
After your security assessment, what do you think of the building?
With all due respect, he's a glorified security guard.
Please.
The Pearl is the tallest, most advanced building in the world. You've built a vertical city, but you've brought with it every single safety and security challenge that I could think of.
We thought this floor was empty.
So did I.
Not only have you brought them all indoors, but you've trapped them 240 floors in the air. No one really knows what would happen if things go wrong. But I'm just a glorified security guard, so the hell do I know anyway?
Hello everyone, welcome to the Youth Critic Reacts. I am your host, Kel Smith, and today we are going to be talking about Skyscraper. So Skyscraper is the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie where he jumps out of buildings, he does incredible stunts with CGI trickery, and also does a bunch of fun quips, and also it plays another relatable generic character. So with that in mind, why do I like this movie? Because this is actually kind of an entertaining thrilling film, but it's by the book very generic, not even like funny, not that very well, it's pretty generic in its structure, and it's very like paint by the numbers. I mean, even though this is an original movie, it still feels very much like, like they just remade Die Hard, just set in China, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now playing John McClane. That's really what's happening here. And so why do I like it though? Why is it because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is still just charming? Not really. For me, the reason why I genuinely found Skyscraper very thrilling is because it moves very quickly, and also it is just very well shot, and the camera placement and also how director I'm probably gonna get this wrong, Ransom Marshall Thurber does a really good job of just keeping us in the action and keeping us on our toes, even though we know pretty much, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, like, he's just hanging off of us, he's in a soundstage just, feet away from mattresses, to where, just in case he fell for the sake of an outtake, he could still, like, perform the next take. Whereas, whereas in this age, we're kind of spoiled by the, Tom Cruises of the world that will literally hang on, the side of a building or the side of an airplane for our own entertainment. So we are a bit spoiled, but I think for me, the reason why I found Skyscraper so much fun is because it constantly is going. It constantly is, thrilling, and you're just watching stunt after set piece happen, and it's more thrilling than the next, if you can believe it or not. I mean, the big advertised scene is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, like, he's swinging on like he's jumping from a high-rise crane onto a part of the building, like, out above a fire. And that's not even the most incredible stunt in this movie, and not even the most incredibly directed action scene in this movie. and it still works very, very well. It's more interesting and more compelling to see all this, because because it's just thrilling. It's, because you're just put in that immersive feel, and honestly, that's just the coolest part about this movie is how immersive you feel. And then on top of that, you have the Neve Campbell character who plays The Rock's wife in this movie, and she's given more to do, and everyone, is given a role in the film, and everyone's given, like, in the family, they're given a role, or they're given something to do, and so they're not, just stand around and be pretty and just wait to be saved. Like, they're all, doing different things at certain points to, ensure their own safety. So I appreciate it, and then I appreciated how this Neve Campbell's subplot at the very end of the movie, not getting into spoilers, was very much, very much gave her more agency and gave her more character than, what would be previously expected from this character. So overall, I thought Skyscraper was a thrilling adventure film in the vein of Die Hard and The Towering Inferno and a lot of 90s generic films. And it's not a perfect movie. I mean, Marvel, I think even Marvel's most generic villain is still better than the villain in this movie, which I can't even remember his name. So Marvel generic villain number 10, you have that working for you. You're better than this guy. But other than that, I found Skyscraper kind of an immersive, very well interesting, not really that introspective, just much more, it's a fun, I don't want to say fun as much as it's a thrilling roller coaster that's an hour and 45 minutes long. And honestly, that's a good holdover till we get to the 2.5 hour roller coaster that is Mission Impossible Fallout next week. Thanks. So with that, that is my review of Skyscraper. Thanks everyone for checking out this reactive video. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at MovieKale. You can also follow the show at The Youth Critic, and then you can also follow the channel that distributes this podcast at KHT Network. Thanks, everyone. We will have more podcasts coming out soon. Thank you. Good night.
What's going on?
The 96th floor is on fire.
You're gonna be just fine, I promise you that.
No!
Daddy!
Tell me, how much do you love your family?
If we're gonna get out of here, you're gonna have to tell me the truth.
There's a reason they chose this building.
My family is the only thing that matters to me right now.